So, hey, Ned, I want to talk a little bit about networking, right? I mean, nothing works without it. It's a black art unto itself. And we've seen kind of these different provinces of networking, whether it's networking in the cloud, networking on-prem, networking at the edge. And we're starting to kind of see the coalescing of a couple of these technologies. Can you just share what's the new hotness?
Well, this is a space that is a never-ending source of interest and inspiration to me. We had wireless networks, which were very separate. They were managed separately and thought about differently from our physical wired networks like we had in a data center. And those were separate from the ones that were in the hyperscaler, the big cloud environments. And on top of all that infrastructure, we had applications that would get confused. One thing that has really excited me recently is I've been hearing about some of the things that are happening to pull in the on-prem capabilities that have been developed and match them up to cloud environments so that applications can enjoy the same types of configuration and security that we see. So one example would be a company that could start with a wireless environment on-prem that has the ability to authenticate devices and then do self-healing and optimization on that network. Now, of course, those devices then have to go to things in data centers, and data centers are no longer in one place. What's really cool is we're starting to see some of the techniques that we've used to make self-healing environments that carry authentication for users, and we're seeing that expand into a multi-cloud or a hybrid environment. So we're seeing expansion there, and we're also seeing expansion on the edges of networks, which is equally interesting to me because we're seeing now a rethinking of offices.
Yeah.
So, offices need to have much more intelligent components. How many people are in this conference room? How long were they there? Is the air stale? And all of that requires the same basic service and facilities, which is you need to know who's there and what they're doing so you can enable things.
So does that then, or what we seeing that some of the stuff we witnessed, let's say over the past X number of years in core networking, are we seeing those monitoring and management tools starting to expand out into the cloud and the edge? Or is it the edge and cloud are encroaching in on core networking, all the above?
Mark, from where I sit, it feels a lot like all of the above. The folks who were so good at making core networks have solved a lot of these problems, and they're saying, hey, we will expand some of that functionality into these other use cases. And then we've seen a new category of products in the last few years, which I don't even know what the right word for it is. Is it a synthetic network that allows you to overlay something in your own controlled data centers and your cloud partners so that you could have one way for your applications to communicate? Or rather, let me say it a different way. A lot of the capabilities are being developed in parallel.
Well, look, I mean, the boils down to where the rubber meets the road is, can I stream hockey while on social media? That's
And
what.
the answer is yes.
Yeah,
And thank God for that, right?
yeah. Then I'm all about it.
Thank you, Mark.